Hello and welcome back to the Python Crash Course. I am your instructor, Chris Franklin. Okay, well, at this point we've learned how to do basic looping, we've learned how to do conditional statements, we've written a small little program that asks for your password and username and verifies those things. So now what we're going to talk about is another kind of loop that we can use. We're going to talk about the for loop. Now, to use a for loop, what we're going to do to demonstrate this is we're going to delete all the code that we've done before. We're just going to go ahead and get rid of this all the way up to the if name equals main. Okay? Now, what we can do is we can create a basic for loop. All right? And to see this, all you type is for, and then you give it a variable. So we're going to say the name that we're going to store the value into. Let's say this case it's value, okay? And then we're going to say in range, and we're going to give it a range of 10. Now, we're introducing a couple of new things here. I'll go back through and talk about exactly what they're going to do. But what we can now do is to see what this does for ourselves is we can just print, and we're going to say the value is, and then add, and we're going to cast, because this is going to be a number range, we're going to cast the value as a string. Now, if you run this, you'll be able to see the value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So what did we just do? What is a for loop actually doing here? What it is it's a way for us to walk over items within a range of values. Now, in this case, we're generating that range dynamically using the range function here. So we're saying give me a range of 10 numbers from 0 to 9, okay? And then we're saying for each value in that range of values, we're going to perform this action, okay? We're going to perform what's in this block. That's all there is to a for block. That's really what it is at the core. Now, we can use this in really interesting ways. We can actually dive in and start changing the way the range works. So we can say, give me a range from 5 to 10, and I can now pass in multiple values. And I can say, I want to start at 5 and I want to go up to 10. And if I run this, you'll see we get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get 5 values starting at 5. All right, so the important thing to note here is that it's inclusive of the first value and exclusive of the second value. So we start at 5 and we end right before the last value, the last integer value, okay? Now, we can also say for 0 to 10, let's step by 2, and this will count evens between 0 and 10. So if we start here, we can say it's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, not including 10. Okay? So you can start to see how this works. You can use ranges to do a wide variety of integers. If you want to skip through, you want to do multiplication by certain values, you want to count by 5s all the way up to 100. Whatever you want to do with the range value, you can do that. There's a lot of flexibility here in how we count this. But that isn't all you can do with these values, okay? We are now going to introduce another data type. And this one we're going to dig into in a lot more detail later. But what we can do is show you a basic list. Okay, so if I want to say list is equal to, I put a brackets here, and then I can put whatever value I want into a list. So they don't all have to be the same value. So I can say hello and let's say the number 42, and then let's say just one character, okay? So this is a list, 4 values in, and I can replace the range here with the list, and then I can print. I don't have to cast it as a value if I use just print the value raw itself. I can print an integer as long as I'm not concatenating it to anything. So I'm going to do this here. So for the values in the list, let's not shadow a name. Let's just use L. We don't want to we don't want to shadow a function. Sorry, that is my fault. And that's one of the good things about this is that it will tell you if you're shadowing functions. And so what we'll do here is we can run this, and we can see if we run this, we have a list of values here, and we print out each value in that list. Okay, so that's it. That's really all there is to using fors. You can use it for ranges, and you can use it for collections like a list to walk through each item in that collection. Okay, we'll dig into collections much more in a later tutorial, but for now, this is the basics of what you need to know. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Bye.